Is Mother's Day only for the moms in the trenches? I know that's been a trend in TikTok lately.
Sure is.
Hey, in today's podcast, Cece and I, we're going to go over some of the things we do to celebrate Mother's Day and how we feel about this whole Mother's Day in the trenches trend. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. I am your host, your girl, Cece. And as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, hubby. How you doing?
Hey, babe.
What's up?
I'm good, everybody. Welcome back. This is Will. It's always a pleasure to have you on the Blissology Podcast with us. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the bell icon so we can notify you when videos like this one come out. Now, in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family, relationship. You guys know what we do here, so we're glad to have you back with us today on this beautiful Haitian flag day. Okay?
Absolutely.
Pew, 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 pew.
Absolutely.
Listen, happy Haitian flag days to all my Zoe. Okay, you didn't see that one coming.
I didn't
all
know you
my
had
Zoe.
I didn't know you
out
had Zoe.
there.
Okay.
We all Zoes. We're from the
I'm
Caribbean.
I am not a Zoe.
You are a Zoe. I'm a Zoe. He's a Zoe. Our kids are.
Okay, I want to officially go on the record. I'm not a Zoe.
He doesn't want to be recognized as that. That's okay. We're not gonna fight.
I am 100% Haitian, but I'm just not a Zoe.
So yes. We get it.
Anyway, so it is Haitian Flag Day, and I know there's a lot of people celebrating. And as they celebrate, I just wish everybody to stay safe and celebrate in a very safe manner. And
yes,
don't go crazy. Just enjoy yourself and go home and be safe.
That's right.
Anyway, before we get into the topic of the day, we always like to share with you guys our blissful moment. Now, that could either be something that we did or something that happened to us. What is your blissful moment?
Oh, my blissful moment. I have two blissful moments. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to my mother. Today is her birthday. Pew, 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 pew. Listen, she's a true Zoe, okay? She was born in Haitian.
Pew, pew,
I don't know.
Pew.
I just, when you go to parties and, the DJs throw that sound up in the air, it makes you get yourself going. I'm just saying.
Okay, then pew, 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 pew.
Listen, today's my mom's birthday. She's officially 45 today.
She turned young.
Yes, she's officially 45. So
I didn't know there's such a thing, but it seems like you reach a certain age and you start going backwards.
Well, you're aging backwards. You look younger.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened in my family. We age backwards. We do.
No comments.
So, yes, I want to give my mom a shout out. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you. I got her nails done. I got her taken care of for her birthday, but I'm sure Dad is going to take her out today, as always.
I'm sure that's in the works.
It is in the works, and she'll be going to church later on.
Well, I guess it's your birthday. You got to go thank God for allowing you to see another day.
Yes.
And hang out with your people.
Yes.
And a little bit of praising never hurt anybody.
Doesn't hurt anybody. So yes. So Mom, happy birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday from me as well.
I love you so much. Yes.
We love you. Yes,
we do. Now, my other blissful moment is, of course, Mother's Day last weekend. I had a blast. Okay, on Mother's Day. It was what I wanted. Got delivered. Okay, this is thing going around in the internet. He delivered me. He's delivered me.
Okay.
So you're not on the social media streets, so you would know. So yes, or the YouTube streets. Although you do a lot of YouTube shorts, but anyways, but yes.
There weren't no Mother's Day. You know what? Funny enough, nothing Mother's Day showed up.
Well, yeah, because you don't watch anything like that.
Well, I only watch educational stuff. So.
I don't know about that. You've been really on YouTube short watching crazy stuff lately. But anyways, that's besides the point. I had a great Mother's Day. This man here delivered everything that I wanted. My husband did a great job. When your man does good,
pew, pew, pew.
when he does good, you got to let the world know, right? that he did a great job. You know, we had breakfast in the morning, then we went to church. Then I got double Starbucks, y'all. I got double Starbucks on that day. Of course,
one of them was supposed to be mine.
Well, typically I do Starbucks Saturday or Starbucks Sunday. So it's Mother's Day. So I got 2 drinks. Again,
one of them was supposed to be mine.
Yes. It was great. Then we had dinner. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, I had a very good time. The kids, you know, with the presentation, they never missed. Whether if it's my birthday or Mother's Day, they always do some kind of presentation, and I look forward to that.
I wonder what they're gonna do on Father's Day.
Nothing. No, you don't. You know that you get something on Father's Day. They do presentation for both of us. They do. You know, Minecraft presentation was really creative. Like you could see how the kids built something. They built me a house, which was very something very
Minecraft.
Yes, very. Like I'm like, this kids, and they're learning so much, you know, with this whole Minecraft thing. Apparently there's a Minecraft educational something too. Yeah. So we may have to get that one for them. But I had a great time. Dinner was great. We took some pictures as usual, you know, because I want to build that library every year. Mother's Day, we got to take pictures. I don't care if it's just 1 or 2. It needs to get done. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, we had a great evening It
was great. But you know what?
We had a great
I know it
evening.
Wasn't my holiday, but I did the best I could to take care of her and enjoy it as well.
Yes.
So yes. It was good.
It was
good.
And
it's all about spending the time together and enjoy each other, and made me work and made sure I enjoy a little bit of it and drink my Starbucks coffee. What can I say?
Listen, it was the Starbucks, some reason, I don't know, because I had the foam in there, but it was very icy. They put too much ice on it. And I was like, babe, if you don't mind, could you go ahead and ask them for more matcha? And he went in and got me extra matcha. You know, I got to have my matcha latte on Sundays. So, which is great.
Anyway, so that's the blissful moment she had. Obviously, she enjoyed it, and then I enjoyed part of it. Now, let's get into the topic of the day, which is that TikTok trend.
Yeah. Okay, here's how we got to do like a part 2 of this Mother's Day thing. On last Sunday, Mother's Day, I was like TikToking the whole day. He noticed. He knows that Sunday was me scrolling. I wasn't even on Facebook because I don't want to see pictures or whatever. I'm like, it's the same thing. I don't want to see pictures. I don't want to go on Instagram. But I was on TikTok, y'all, and there was this crazy viral thing about mother in the trenches. And I was like, what in the world is that? First of all, like, who come up with this? Whose idea? And apparently, of course, Gen Zs and millennials are just coming up with more so like Gen Zs. They're coming up with like weird stuff. I mean, I'm like, seriously?
There's an explanation. You know, they're looking at it that mothers at wars. They're in the trenches. They're raising the kids. They're fighting. They're trying to make a living. They're raising a husband, and they're raising more kids.
Raising a husband. You can say that again.
But you know, raising a kid or raising multiple children
and a husband
can feel like you're at war.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the term, because I know social media give, millennials and Gen Zs the ability to really share their struggles and the challenges they run into. And sometimes it feels like, you know, the amount of stuff that moms got to put up with, or the amount of stuff they have to do.
Yeah.
It does feel like they're at war. Now, hey, listen, this is me speaking from what I've observed and what people have told me. Obviously, I'm not a mom, but I'm a dad. I do stuff too. I'll be dad in the trenches. And listen, but those of you who may not have heard it, Cece shared it with me. And when she told me that,
you're not on TikTok like that.
Well, I don't do TikTok.
He does YouTube Shorts.
If something's happening on TikTok, I will only know it from Cece. And obviously, she shared with me, hey, check this out.
Crazy.
People are having this debate about who should we celebrate
on
Mother's Day.
Yes.
And they're saying grandmothers, you are out.
You out. Like, go sit down somewhere. Like, literally, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Is what they're trying to tell the grandparents.
And you know, social media has this, it gives people that ability to really spike up interesting debates about sometimes subjects that are not important, but because it's out there, people take interest in
And
it.
I think too, because it's a platform, people voice their opinion, they voice like their frustrations on things, and they know they have a tribe that's going to go along
Support
with
them,
them, right?
Mhm.
But there was also a group of grandparents who was like, listen, little girl, first of all, like, why? I mean, why would you want to say who should we celebrate on Mother's Day? Why?
Hey, listen, should grandmother be celebrated?
Yes.
Should they have the spotlight?
Yes.
Do they do stuff?
We have stories. The kids.
Yeah, we actually do have stories. And just to let you know,
Hey.
we're not the one who's going with the trend. In fact,
I am so
I think
against it.
grandmothers should be celebrated as much as
mothers.
the mothers in the trenches, because I think sometimes grandmothers are right in the trenches
Yes.
with the mothers.
Yes.
And from our own experience, if we didn't have the grandparents in our lives, we would have gotten caught stranded in a number of occasions.
Yes.
Countless days, countless mornings, countless evenings where we find ourselves stranded and the grandparents jumped right in. I remember your mom had to change her schedule for like
2
2 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Work evenings just so
Yeah.
she could be there to watch the little ones
youngest.
during the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll pick them up from one place and drop them off so she could watch.
Yeah.
If we need to go somewhere, you know, and by the way, both parents are 15 minutes from our homes.
Yeah.
So
when we stuck
we'll
at
just go
work,
and
my
drop
dad
them
would
off.
just
Yeah.
pick up the girls from school. I
Yeah.
mean, from daycare.
In fact, I was watching one of those photos that I think your mom took but sent it to you. She must have sat in the car while your dad went to go grab. It must have been the little one.
yeah.
And he was walking out with the lunch bag in his
Aw.
hands and then holding it. Yeah. So, and obviously we keep memories of these things because we want to be able to go back and look at them. But our parents played a significant role.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And
they still do.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Just last weekend, we had to attend this event.
Yes,
Where were the kids?
Yeah, we had to work for a client for
Yeah.
photography business, and we dropped the kids at my parents.
Yeah.
You know, so of course they're still working.
Yeah. So to say that we shouldn't celebrate them, I think it's unfair. Now, there was one lady that you did share with me, and she kind of had a point. And this
Okay.
is why I think she had a point.
What she
What she
said?
was saying was she's not telling her husband not to wish or celebrate or give something to his mom
Mm-hmm.
to show some recognitions for, you know, on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
She's just saying that she needed some time for herself
Mm-hmm.
on that day. So she
Yes.
needed someone to like
Take the kids away from her.
take her kids away and do something like
Yeah.
what I did. I let you be and I cooked and I let you TikTok all day, which you normally do that on Sunday anyway.
I do. I do.
But on that day, I made sure
Somehow
you
it kind
didn't.
of feel like normal to me though.
Well, listen, I cooked dinner. I did my normal fancy omelet
Yeah.
in the morning, and
Oh, yeah.
obviously the gift giving, the
Oh yeah, that's right. The gift giving,
the presentation by the kids,
the flowers,
and the flowers,
and
the balloons.
Yeah.
So it felt like a different day, but on that day, Sissy didn't have to do anything besides showering herself, dressing herself, get in the car, and I drove her to church, and then take her to Starbucks. She didn't have to come out of the car for Starbucks because I don't order in drive-through. I am not good at Starbucks. I have an image of what I need in the phone. I take it in and I said, give me a venti and this. And they've been getting it right. Although this time they didn't quite get it right. I had to take another trip back and then and make sure that she told me exactly what I needed to ask. I went in and I said, give me extra matcha on this. My wife said this is not green enough. And the kid was very polite. This is like, hey, I understand. I know what we put in there, mix it, but I'll fix it up for you. He went in, grabbed some matcha, which is like green powder.
It's good.
I have no idea what taste that gives it because I'm not a Starbucks drinker. If I get a drink, I just drink it and then I'm good. But to go back to my point, Sissy didn't have to do anything and really let herself just be while I take care of things. And I think that lady you had me listen to, that's what she was saying. She didn't feel like it was an absolute necessity for her to just pack up the kids and go spend time at her husband's mom.
Yeah.
She wanted to just be alone on that day.
Right.
And I can't fault her for that. Now, obviously, this became a trend that people are saying ignore grandmothers, but I don't think that's what she was saying.
Well,
I'm not sure if she was even the first person who came up with this, but
she wasn't the
at least I had a chance to listen to her, and she had a point. What she was saying is that on that day, I needed that day to be me at least, because for the amount of things that I have to do throughout the week, throughout the year, throughout the month, this day I needed it to be you take care of me and the kids. I'm just going to relax.
Yeah. For sure.
And for that, I support it. I just don't support those that says, let's forget the grandmothers. You should take a back seat. This is my day. You shouldn't be celebrated.
Right.
There was one lady that said, you had your time.
Yeah.
Now is our time.
Right.
That I disagreed with, because I, based on our own experience and people around us, and I think a couple of viewers did share some of their experience as well. We all are benefiting from having the grandparents involved in our children's life.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and they love their children. I know ours do.
Yeah.
My mom looked forward to us dropping the kids. Although she says the kids makes her talk a lot, but she likes it. Your mom looks forward to it.
Yeah.
Your dad.
That's what grandkids does.
So and the grandparents are important.
Of course.
And yes, I wouldn't say let's take you and go relax at my mom or your mom on that day. I know from the get-go you wanted to be alone and spend some time just relaxing on that day.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you got to do.
Right. And now it's not an issue. Like if your husband is like, you know what, while you home with the, taking care of yourself, having your self-care day on that Mother's Day. And if he wants to go to his mom and, bring flowers or take the kiddos with him, like that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like imagine if I'm like, okay, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to go anywhere, so you take the kids to your mom and you get the roses and the gifts or whatever else that you bring, and then you just go and say Happy Mother's Day to your own mother. Although she would get a phone call from me, and I would wish her an Happy Mother's Day. Now some
grandmothers are unusual.
Very much so.
Really? Couldn't your wife come?
Yeah.
I can see some saying
some mother-in-law they will feel some type of way.
And
they will feel some type of way. You are absolutely right. They will feel some type of way, and they will not.
What, your wife couldn't come?
Yes, they would say that.
And some would even look at it as that's disrespectful. So
yeah,
I would say if you don't have to go, don't. If you just want to reach out and wish them. Now we get lucky because we celebrate Haitian Mother's Day on a different Sunday.
Yep, that's right.
And our parents looks at this Mother's Day just passed as the youngsters' Mother's Day.
Yeah, the millennials,
American Mother's Day.
The American ones.
They're expecting their Mother's Day to be on the last Sunday of May, which is coming next week.
Right. They don't negotiate. They don't negotiate.
And it's tradition in our family to spend time at both mothers.
Yes.
During that time, we take round one at this one and then round two at the other one, and then we come home. So yes, that's what we do, and we make sure the kids gets to be there. We get to spend some time with them. Yeah. So we're lucky in that sense.
We are.
But even if we didn't have, if your wish is to be home and relax on that day, I would never impose it on you to, let's pack up. We got to go make some visits. No, I'll reach out to my mom. Wish I had, if I need to get her something, I'll send it there. Or I'll drop it off, but still come back to play my role as a husband.
Yes. And even if you would want to have like a yearly Mother's Day kind of like brunch, still, what if the whole day I just want to relax? But I do know people that actually do have that. So that way everyone is happy.
Yes.
We can start a brunch day where we start as early as 11 o'clock and by 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock we're done. And I still have the whole afternoon, the evening to do my own thing, right? Or you could have a dinner where I think this is something that if you don't want to be driving back and forth or want to be at your in-laws on Mother's Day, it's great to have, let's do a yearly dinner where every Mother's Day we just, do something where I still have the morning to myself. I still have the afternoon to myself. And then the evening could be where we just have a dinner.
Yeah. And this is where it comes to planning it and make sure that we have something that's beneficial to everyone.
Right.
Right. So yes, it's about giving credit.
Yes.
Where credit is due. The mother of my children is right now the mom going through most of it, although our parents are helping in the way, but she's doing the brunt of the work.
Yes. And I was going to say, and also it depends on the relationship.
Yes.
Like if you guys don't have like a really tight relationship, then you already know that it's going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to be going out no dinner, no brunch, no nothing like that. So it depends on the relationship.
And this is not quite a Mother's Day issue. That's an issue that's beyond Mother's Day. There's some other things that you need to work at. But it's good to understand that, it takes some planning and it takes understanding what's important to everyone in the family.
Everyone in the family.
And if you can find a way where everyone can come to some kind of agreement, this is what makes sense, what we can all benefit, then you do that.
Yes. To all the grandmothers out there, we thank you. Okay? Social media may not see you. We see you. We appreciate you because you are the glue that holds the family together. I remember when my grandma...
The good ones,
yes. When my grandma was around, may she rest in peace, she was like, you know what? My brother is not mopping the floor. And she would argue with my mom, you're not going to let this boy mop the floor because he's a man. Men not supposed to be doing that.
They're old school. They're real old school. And of course,
they're the one that holds on to the grandbabies. They're the one that wants to spoil the grandbabies, right? They bring so much wisdom and patience and a whole lot of love because our grandparents, when they were around, oh my God, the amount of love, they spoil you. Like the grandbabies, like our parents spoil all grandbabies, like our children.
They do.
Our parents spoiled our children. Like my mom, when they go over there, she wants to feed them the whole fridge. And your mom would chase them around, come get the last spoon. And they're like, Grandma, I'm full. But she's like, no, come get the last spoon. So we really think that it is something that a lot of us need to understand, that grandmother's still important, whether if you had a good relationship or not. So yes.
And at the same time, I must say that we cannot forget the mothers that are doing all the hard works out.
Yeah, we can't. I get
it. It's recognizing the contribution that both parts has to do in the life of the kids. And on that day, we should definitely make sure that we recognize and celebrate them.
Yes.
That's definitely a great point. I know we're seeing a shift in how we do things in social media, especially those platforms are giving people a place for, those younger moms that are spending most of their time on there to really share what's going on with their lives.
Yes, their struggles.
And many times you see them in not the support system they have, but most of us have some kind of support systems. It's never just us. And I'll tell you, the majority of the time, a high percentage of the time, that support system always involve a grandparent somewhere.
Yeah, it does.
And we gotta understand that we have different household. Different cultures handle things slightly differently. Mm-hmm. And I know in our culture, it is almost expected for grandparents to step in and play their role as grandparents.
Yeah. To spoil the child.
Well, yes. And that's something that as a culture we should cherish.
Yeah.
And it's helpful. It helps our children build very solid relationship with their grandparents.
It does.
It helps the grandparents really enjoy the presence of those children.
Yeah.
So but I know that in some cultures it may be slightly different. People may want to be on their own. I know there was a lady that mentioned grandparents. They go play whatever game they play, and they don't have to worry about kids. They can do whatever they want to do. They don't have to worry about catering to the kids' needs.
I mean, it's a choice.
Yes.
That grandparents had our moment.
Yeah, but in our culture, the grandparents in our culture, they want to be involved.
Right.
Yeah, they're not the type that says,
if they're not involved, they feel like there's something going on.
Yes. And that's a dynamic that makes it really rich for us and very rewarding for our children. And we're grateful to have that.
Right. No, I definitely feel like, with social media, there's stuff out there for people to see. You have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You see the Gen Zs and millennials, what struggle they go through. But with our grandparents, you didn't see their struggle because they actually went through a lot worse than we did.
It depends. In the household where we were brought up, yes.
You had a village.
Yes, my parents.
I didn't have a village.
My mom had people around her. Yes, my dad was living in the U.S.
Your dad, you had your sister, your auntie, your grandma, your
yes, we had some people, but my mom still had her responsibility. We were still her child, and there's certain things that she was still responsible to do.
She said she didn't cook that much.
Yeah, she didn't have to cook as much.
I'm just kidding.
And I know it wasn't always the case for everyone, and we're fortunate enough that we had some people on my side.
We didn't have a village. It was just me, my mom, my brother, and my cousin. That's it.
Had a maid.
Well, we had someone that we paid to take care of certain things. So yes, you had a whole community with you.
Yes, we did have some people, but that doesn't mean it was a walk in the park either.
Yeah, but you had support, and you had people that if your mom is not available, they were going to be there for you.
So what I say is we cannot forget the grandmothers, and I keep saying that, and we have to celebrate their past contribution, because they were involved in our lives at one point. We may be all grown up now, but at one point they were the one doing what similarly what mothers are doing now. Obviously a bit less challenges for some, but at one point they were in the trenches.
Yes.
And it'd be a major failure on my part to not recognize my mom on Mother's Day for the things that she did for me. Now, it shouldn't just be on Mother's Day you recognize your mother. I think any opportunities you get throughout the year, if you can recognize your parents for what they did for you, please do so. And many grandmothers, as we mentioned earlier, are actively participating in raising these children that we have. I know for us that's the case, and we got to celebrate that.
It is worth it.
Yeah, and believe me, they are active and they're a vibrant part of our family. Listen, we have days of the week that's where we go and hang out, just to make sure that they stay connected and stay engaged with our children. So it's about recognizing the continuous contribution, the continuous efforts that the grandparents put in helping us raise those children, and the support that they give us to make sure that we can continue living and not get so stressed out that we go nuts. Right?
Yes, that's right. So to all the moms out there, listen, you matter. Whether if you're grandma, there's some great grandmas out there.
They'll probably be in the 90s.
No, young, great grandmas.
What do you call young?
People, baby, there's people out there that has their kids. Let's say if a mom is like in their 40s or 50s, and their kids is like 18 and had a baby.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Because when my grandma passed at 93, my daughter we had both of our daughters. So yes.
Yeah, there's great mothers. What about those great grandmas, huh? What are you gonna tell them?
Now you can only see two great. The third grade would not be alive.
You never know, baby. People have kids early on in life. Yeah, there could be someone who had a kid at 18 or 15.
So a great
correct
great grandmother.
It's possible.
Yeah, people are living long. Yeah.
It's possible people also may have children early on in life, so therefore their kids become a grandmother. Actually, I know someone that actually is a grandma
at 40.
She looks young. You know her too. She goes to the church.
Oh, I think I see what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you. And she is a great grandma.
Okay, she may become a great grandma.
Possibly.
How old is the grandchild now? If she's 12, then she will definitely be a great grandma. How old
is the grandchild?
The grandchild, yes.
Well, the son is had to be at least 15.
Oh, then yeah, she will be a great grandma.
Because her mom is still around. Her mom is
her mom's still around?
Yeah, you don't know her mom, baby. You know her mom.
I probably know her by face, but don't know.
Yeah, you know her mom. Her mom really likes us.
Okay, then I can technically say I know a great great grandmother.
There you go. So yeah. So what about them? You know, they still involved because I'm sure when the grandma, who's a young mom, when she worked, because she is still working.
Okay, that lady's probably in like early 50s.
Yes.
She's got years to go.
And she looks good. And I'm sure her mom, which is a great grandmother,
she seems to be in her 70s.
Is the one that take care of the grandbabies. Okay, the grandbabies.
The grandbabies.
There you go, the grandbabies. Because I'm sure.
You gotta put enough grand in
Listen, this is something that to all of you guys out there who's doing this craziness trend, it's just you just gotta stop it. And I want to say this before my husband wrap it up. Sometimes I feel like y'all don't really think things through before you start viral moment things out there, because you really put some thought into it, you sit back, especially to that girl that made that video, not the one that you're talking about, the one that say that, you know, when she's in the bathroom, her kids are like, mommy, I need you. Or when my girls still do that to me. Mm-hmm. I have a 9-year-old. She still does. Mommy, look what I made. I'm in the bathroom and she wants to show me things. It's like we're never away from them unless they are asleep. Okay, so to the girl that made that video, like, don't think that grandparents should be part of the Mother's Day. I said, listen, girl, watch yourself again. Watch the video, because one day you're going to be a grandma, because you have kids and you can know what you said today. You're going to regret what you did or what you have said. You're going to regret it, because if your daughter won't bring a gift or won't come see you on Mother's Day, you're going to feel some type of way. And that's exactly how the mother of your husband or the mother of yours, exactly how they feel. I said my 2 cents.
And listen, you've got a good point. I do want to add that the single moms that are out there, those that are fighting and working hard and doing the mother's thing without support, we see you. We know that it's difficult, but keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, because being a mom takes a lot. It takes a lot. And I know sometimes you feel like all attention should be on you and no one else.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
And sometimes you should be right. You know, it takes a whole lot. But if you have support systems, that includes the people around you who are helping you get things done, don't count them out.
Yeah, that's called selfish.
You know? Yeah, that's kind of called selfish. And if you happen not to have a support system, I know many people are looking for to build support either through networking or online communities and so forth. Yes. And there are people that are creating these communities just to make sure that mom who does not have a physical support system can actually get some support.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
So the work is hard. Believe me, we have 2 children and I am in her life and we have the parents and we still run into challenges.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't have a support system.
Yeah. I would be all over the place.
So we understand it's tough. It's tough. And on that day, if you want to be celebrated, you should be celebrated. Yeah. But don't use your experience to say that everyone else who may be taking part in raising their grandchildren should not be celebrated. Right. Yeah. So I think there's enough love around for everybody to be able to get some of it on that day and all throughout their days. I don't think it should only just be on Mother's Day. It should be as long as they're alive. Please cherish them and honor them. The moms, I mean, cherish them and honor them and let them know how much you appreciate what they do.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know, so to all of the moms out there, she says earlier, especially the grandmothers who some try to kick you out of the celebration, I think you deserve to be celebrated.
You deserve it.
You make a difference every single day in the life of your grandchildren.
Yes.
So on that note, this is all we have for you today on this podcast. So hopefully we've shared enough of our thoughts and how we feel about it. And if there's any grandmothers listening to us, and listen, we know that you're important.
You are.
And any mothers as well listening, we know that you're important. And I hope your family celebrates you every day for all the works that you do.
Yes.
Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. We want to make sure that you guys are becoming part of this community that we're building. To all those mothers who may not have received a happy Mother's Day wish from last podcast, we want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. To my mother-in-law who's celebrating her birthday today, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and may God continue to bless you and continue to give you the strength to be part of our family and our children's life.
Oh my God.
So we appreciate you.
Yes.
And to all of you out there, grandmothers, we wish you a happy belated Mother's Day.
Yes. And to all my Zoes, happy Haitian Day.
Okay, to all her Zoes. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you.